Hey out there, my friends in the crypto world. Look, today, let's talk about a new device. It's by the Constellation Network. It's a mining device. It's a different strategy. Let's talk about it, see if you like it. It's the DOR, yeah, D-O-R, not D-O-O-R, but you do put it above the D-O-O-R, right? Let's talk about that. A little complicated. Let's get into this right now. Before we begin, I need to make a disclaimer. Here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we are not professional financial advisors, or are we paid by any company to promote certain products. We here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we invest our own money. We take our own risks. We learn, we make mistakes, and we share what we learn, our successes and our mistakes with you. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, and write to us what more you'd like to learn. Let's go in now and see what else we can share with you. So before we jump into what this new mining device is, I know everybody's anxious to say, hey, how can I get a hold of a new type of mining device and make some passive income? Well, let's talk about that. But I think, first of all, we need to talk about the company, what it is a little bit. And let's go to the website. And I'm going to take you off this website. This is something brand new. It came out basically end of last year, but now they're starting to move this year. And you can get a hold of this mining device. You got to get on a waiting list. I'm going to show you how to do this. But let's go ahead and talk about this company first. Look here, the Constellation Network. All right, let's jump in. What is the Constellation Network? Well, let's talk about what their mainnet 2.0 is. Our transformative technology expands what's possible on a decentralized exchange. So basically what we're going to do here is they're going to make it fast, scalable, efficient. And what they want to do is make this so businesses can put in their, develop upon this blockchain and basically move feeless. Let's go into that a little bit. The fast, scalable, and efficient mainnet 2.0 launches in the second quarter of this year. So we're early in this if you want to get involved. Our three-phase rollouts designed to secure a network ecosystem where real-world business can build momentum as a created token, develop true utility, and market it and generate a value. Now, let's jump in this a little bit more. I'm going to go through some of these little slides here and talk about them, okay? The industry for a future, in other words, a company for a future industry. They're maintaining, they're thinking ahead. Well, the past 10 years, we've seen data, now pay attention to this, become more valuable and profitable than oil. And that's true, right? Amazon, Google, etc. That's more profitable and valuable than oil has been. This has caused a rise in industries such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data led by major tech companies like Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, etc. Right? So we're talking about data here, and we're talking about the cost of bad data. So this is where they're going to try to fill a void. This is their solution. What many fail to see is that bad data behind a secure firewall is still bad data. Incomplete or missing data affects industries into trillions of dollars annually. Even worse, bad data can cost human life when faulty information is used in engineering, like automotive, aerospace, right, and countless other industries worldwide. Constellation Network has developed a distributed ledger technology to embrace the vision of a connected world, powered by big data. Pay attention to that. So this is one of my concerns. I like a lot of this, what they're talking about, what their solution is, but I have a concern that I'm going to go over towards the end of this. All right. So bear with me. I know this has nothing to do with the actual mining device yet, but we need to see what this company is first before you want to jump in this mining device. Right. So I want to discuss this a little bit with you here. So it's powered by big data by creating an infrastructure to securely validate and protect the world's most valuable resources, which is our personal data. Now, off the top, I want to say there are some opportunities you can get in if you like this, and I'm going to encourage you to do your own homework on this, and I'm going to explain why at the end, because I have a few concerns. I see some potential in this, and I think this actually can be a strong project, especially with whom they're partnered with, but you're going to have to make your decisions on where you are via politically or what you think about some of these partners that are here that are strong, which give it an actually good foundation, as I've heard some talk about. But it also, the same partners cause some concern for me as a person who defends and supports DeFi, right? So here's one opportunity you can get in until February 1st. They are actually forming, you can actually go in and stake the DAG coin. The DAG coin is the actual coin that's based on this Constellation network, on this exchange, right? So you can stake this right now until February 1st. You have a staking opportunity. There's still space and room here to stake if you want to get involved. We'll go over wallets in a minute. So that's an opportunity. They do have this door. You can see it above the door miner to where it actually counts traffic going in and out. And you get paid in the DAG cryptocurrency for doing this. We're going to go over that in a bit here too. So don't go away. Tokenomics, you can go into the white paper on this site, which is Constellation Network.io. You can jump in and read for yourself here the white paper. If you're going to get involved with this, I suggest you get in and read the white paper. Where are we on this? I'll tell you in a bit. I'll tell you in a minute, right? Constellation Network, a new framework. I want to read this to you here for blockchain businesses. Constellation is a framework that allows everyone to build and conduct business on a blockchain. Existing blockchain technology does not support the speed, scalability, economic incentive needed to build applications with robust business logic. Well, you could come in and say, well, yeah, there are other blockchains, Polkadot and amongst others, Cardano. There's others you can build on as well. But apparently what Constellation wants to do is make this more user-friendly. And that's the idea I'm getting from this, so that anybody, any of us who want to develop a blockchain business and bring a solution, we can develop this on the Constellation network, right? An economic incentive needed to build applications, robust business logic. Constellation is its own network and blockchain infrastructure. With Constellation, L_O, I'm not sure exactly what that stands for, to be honest with you, the state channel standard, you can define the rules of your business while tapping into Constellation Network powered by rewards. And what's going to happen is when you get on, you're going to be able to solicit this. We'll go over this later. You'll be able to solicit your project, what you want. If they approve it, it's going to go on a line, a waiting list for your project, for your business. Now, we're talking about one way you can get involved with this on the Constellation Network is you can actually go in and stake on it right now until February 1st. Do your homework, though. The other is, if you have business, if you want to develop a business on the blockchain, they're trying to be a more user-friendly, and I don't want to say the word kind of dumb it down, but to make it so it's more user-friendly so we can get on and develop blockchain. And if we get approved by them, they like our projects, they actually will help you build on their blockchain. Okay, so there is their solution, and that's their dynamic to it. And in that, I like that part. I do like that part. So let's go on here. Let's jump over and look a little more. It's a hypergraph network. I'm gonna kind of just briefly go through these because I think this explains a little better, and we'll talk about it a little bit. The HTTP is a distributed ledger technology known as a directed, I get that word wrong all the time, eclectic graph. So it's a directed eclectic graph, a DAG protocol with a novel reputation based, which consensus model called proof of reputable observation, a PRO. Right? So it's a proof of reputable observation, a different model here. Hypergraph is a feeless decentralized network, and I think there's where one of your keys come in. A feeless decentralized network that supports the transfer of the DAG cryptocurrency. Let's keep going a little more here. The Constellation Ecosystem, right, is a decentralized network. Constellation promotes collaboration. We aim to be a world-class partner in it for the long haul. Our growing list of trusted partners is organized in the following categories with focus on industry collaboration and cross-pollination of resources. If you come down here, you'll be able to see who these partners are. I'm not going to go through a lot of them right now. One I like here, I see is Delta. There's some others here that I kind of like also, Quant, with some others here that I like as well. But there's a few here that concern me. You might see those now, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I think there's some good potential here. But I also think there's a little bit of, well, let's keep going here. Hypercube. Anyone can build and conduct on a business using Constellation's blockchain technology. Here's what I like. So Anybody can build and conduct a business on this technology by use of the Hypercube. It's a user-friendly interface complete with open source developer tools, and they do have that. We want to build on the blockchain business. It's something we might look into ourselves. We're thinking about doing some blockchain ventures in the future and doing some smart contract writing as well, some of our engineers here. So this is something that could make it, you know, a little bit easier for us to get involved if we have that creative mind. So if you have that creative mind, you want to get involved in the blockchain industry ecosystem, if you will, then this could be a tool that will be good for you. Now, so there's two ways you can get involved with it. Now, the staking, which has its incentives, and you need the right white paper to see exactly the incentives are there. I encourage you to do that. The other would be you could actually develop on this blockchain. It's new. So we're new. So if you're going to get involved now, I think it has good potential to it in the future. And I'm thinking we're going to get involved in two ways to try it out and experiment. We're going to get involved with staking, and then we're going to get involved possibly by buying one of their actual, what they call a miner. Okay. We're going to go with that in the end, though. We may not do that. We may just get involved with staking and then develop ourselves on this later if we feel it's something that secures what we defend. So Hypercube is that tool that's going to allow anybody to build on this. Wallets. What's their wallet? Well, you've got the Stargazer Wallet. The Stargazer Wallet was designed for future interconnected blockchain ecosystem. When you look at, like, you know, Polkadot, the whole idea of Polkadot 2 and their parachains, which we're going to do another video on that that'll come out after this video. The idea of is that to be interpolability, so you can move around more and do cross-chain movement and so forth. So you're having the same idea with ADA, with Cardano. There's more out there that's moving this direction, right? So I like this, and apparently this is going to make this. They're going to walk us through it. So we're going to have the devs, the developers, that will actually walk us through building our own business on this network. To cross-chain, this wallet is a cross-chain and browser extension capabilities that makes it possible to hold and transact the DAG coin and supported ETH ERC20 tokens. What exchange also are they partnering with? The Lattice Exchange, which is a decentralized finance platform that connects the blockchain main chains and allows users to transfer cryptocurrency between multiple ecosystems. Okay, well, it's basically then a platform, a versatile platform. How it works, and I want to go through this. The multi-stage process in which Constellation team will evaluate project proposal submissions. Now, this is important for those who maybe are thinking about working and building your own blockchain business. So it's a multi-stage process in which the Constellation team will evaluate project proposal submissions with the intention of selecting a short list of proposals. So they're going to go through and select them to be personally guided through their development in a go-to market process by the core Constellation team and community. This I like. This is like, hey, I think even we can get into blockchain at an earlier stage and not have to go out and hire a bunch of devs. Who's it for? Well, we're looking for blockchain projects of all types and sizes to take advantage of Constellation's core team's guidance. During the period of performance, each project team selected will receive on-hands technical direction, marketing and community support, as well as business guidance. Teams may also receive fundraisers and grant opportunities. So this is a huge solution, especially with the metaverse coming up. You know, this is going to be a great way to really, businesses can come in, and I don't think they're going to be alone. Others will come out. And I love the solution. And we are looking at building a business in this ecosystem with this idea. Stage one of the process is to supply Constellation team with an overview of your project. So that's stage one. And they have a place where you can submit that. The project proposal using this form. They have a form below here, right? Where's it at? You got view project. No, that's Lattice. That's a community exchange. So it explains here the stages. Then, so you submit your idea. Then, depending on your request, we'll reach out to you with ways to leverage our ecosystem, right? Then they have the project launch. So at that point, you're going to be developing and launching your project with the Constellation Network. Stage one, the process to supply the Constellation team with your project proposal using the form that you'll find on this website. We'll be reviewing proposals in the order received, and if appropriate, we'll reach out with a stage 2 form requesting further project information. Stage 1 selection process for V2 will be completed by the end of this quarter, by the end of April of this year, 2022. Why this matters? Our aim is to attract the next blockchain entrepreneur. That's you. That's us. And build scalable business with confidence from multiple stakeholders that engage with the business. Constellation enables anyone, with the businesses, Constellation enables anyone to tap into the cryptocurrency ecosystem and integrate blockchain technology into existing systems and applications through our state channels and LO standard. So, I like this. In brief, if we want to become a blockchain entrepreneur, which is going to open up this whole future for the next many years, what's going to take place with the metaverse, as well as the growth in blockchain. Look, metaverse, you're going to have $800 billion of data that's going to need to be stored. Why? Because there's going to be new businesses, new blockchains going to go into the metaverse, digital as well. But the metaverse is going to create a platform in which we can build into and actually commerce. I'm not a huge fan of what the side effects are going to be in the metaverse. And that's something we're going to talk about in another video in the next week or two. But I am a fan of the opportunities, business opportunities that's going to allow anybody like us, anybody who's poor with any ideas, to be able to get involved. Now, first of all, what was stopping you was the actual knowledge of how to build a blockchain business in the whole blockchain ecosystem. Well, through the Constellation Network, you can get walked through so long as you have a good idea. And I've always said that people, when I've taught business courses, it's the idea and how you sell the idea that you can get investors, funds, etc. Now, you just need to sell that idea, have a good, solid idea, and sell that idea to the Constellation Network. Not sell it in a way they're going to buy it from you. Sell it to them that they're going to want to jump on board and help you with your idea. So it's an opportunity for us all to get involved in the growing cryptocurrency blockchain world, as well as what the metaverse is going to provide and whatever else comes because of this. This is not going to be the end. It's not just these areas. We're going to keep growing. This is going to continue to grow. So something like this is a very novel concept, really, to really kind of dumb this down for all of us to be able to get involved. I'm not saying anybody get involved is dumb. By the contrary, if you got a good idea, that can be intelligence, but it's going to be able to walk us through this and get us into this world. So let's summarize this. What do we have here? You got the DAG token as a financial state channel of the Constellation Network. It allows for seamless exchange and interaction between various state channels and nodes that make up the network. The DAG coin binds the network components together so that they relate to one another. Here's how we do this, right? Here's how we're going to get involved with this. Now we're going to talk about the door miner. What do we got to do for this door miner? Let's jump over here first. Here it is here. This is the door miner. And yes, this does go above the door and it counts traffic as it goes in and out. So better it's to be in a door, under a door. So this is the third way. I'm going to jump back to this. The third way you can get involved with this Constellation Network. This is their first miner. Now, it's not really a miner. They're just paying you for data. Okay, what's the data? Well, they say it's actually going to be unidentifiable data of just foot traffic going in and out of doors. So mostly commercial areas, etc. But they actually promote to put it in your home and other places as well. And this is where I get my concern. I love the project. And I think this wouldn't be a bad idea. But look, we got to be careful. IoT itself has a lot of good opportunities and a lot of good purposes to it. But IoT also has been abused. The Internet of Things has been abused to track data. We know that Amazon and others have used the Internet of Things to get your personal data and sell that personal data. Like we read earlier, that's more valuable than oil now. So that's the new gold, is personal data. So IoT can be abused as well, and we have to keep that in mind. You know, we jump onto helium. I gave a presentation last night to some people who are going to want to invest in our company and buy in with us, and they're interested in that. And one of the person was really concerned about the helium hotspot and stealing his personal data. And yet he was sitting there with his iPhone, or not an iPhone, but he actually had a Samsung. But it was when I say an iPhone in this matter, I'm saying it was basically, you know, an intelligent telephone. In other words, so we had this smartphone. That's what I'm looking for. He had a smartphone, and I asked him, "Do you have a VPN on that?" He looked at me like, "What's a VPN?" I said, "Well, at home on your internet system, do you have a DPN or a VPN?" Again, I don't know what that is. I said, "You're asking me, you're concerned about data being stolen from you, and yet you don't protect your internet at home nor your cell phone. And everything you do on that, even your camera, is not off unless you pull your battery out." So I went to explaining to him a little bit about his data, and he still maintained really concerned about Helium stealing his personal data. And we tried to actually help him set up real simple, like a Nexus wallet to show him just to get his feet wet in the crypto area. And he was scared to do that because he knew we had a Helium hotspot above the office, and he thought that was going to steal all of his data. I said, "Well, with these phone companies and the company that you are, your internet company, do you think they don't steal your data?" He says, "Yeah, but they're already established companies, and I trust them." I thought to myself, you know what? I'm sorry, but we don't want you coming in investing with our company. Thank you. Goodbye. Here's something we need to talk about. IoT does and can steal data. So he had a very valid concern. Helium is not programmed that way. I'm not going to go into Helium today. But the idea is that people are really funny about being concerned about having their data stolen when they're giving their data up every day. You know, I talked to a guy who has an Alexa in the house. So with his Alexa device, he has that. And he says, "Well, yeah, but I turned it off. I mean, I turned off the fact that it can't take my data." I said, "Do you really think that that actually works?" "Oh, yeah, it works." And he was concerned about putting an Aware device and a hidden device in his house as well. Yet he has this there. And he said, "Well, maybe they're taking my information, but I don't know if I want to put the Helium in or the Aware." I thought to myself, I don't comprehend these people. But anyway, let's get back to this. So it is a concern, though. So IoT can be a concern. So you need to do your homework. Which IoT does take your data? There are devices out there and coming out now that even say, "Look, we're going to mine your personal data, but this time we're going to pay you for it. And you can control how much data we take." And we're actually going to get involved with some of those so we can tell you exactly how much data they take. We're experimenting right now with one that you can just go into on your computer screen, and it pays you. It doesn't pay you a lot, but it pays you maybe a few dollars a month. You're going to make on it. It's good for kids to get involved, maybe to get in the crypto world. And they're saying this same thing here. This door device is what they're saying, using as, hey, look, anybody can get involved with this. You just hook it up over something. There's a lot of traffic app, and we actually will pay you in cryptocurrency for this data. Now, how that's going to be paid, I don't know. And that's where my concerns start to come in. Let's talk about that a little bit here. So first of all, if you want to get this device, you can't buy it right now. You need to go in here, be the first in line, fill out your email, which is your email, and ask any more information than that. So that's fine. And you just submit that. And then you're going to get on a waiting list. Okay. Then you get a chance to purchase it. What it's going to cost, not sure, but I got an idea here. Come here. Let me show you here. This is what concerns me. These people are partnered with data and big data. So let's jump here. Who do we have here? AWS. We have Amazon as one of their partners. Who else do we have here? But probably concerns me even more. We can move on down here, and we have the U.S. Air Force. So basically, you have a branch of the, if you would, the U.S. government, not constitutionally how it's separated out in powers, but now how it exists with the deep state and the interaction. You basically are in partnership with the U.S. government to some degree. Now, if you guys trust that, and you trust the U.S. government, and you trust Amazon with your business data and your data, then I guess you're okay. One more partner here that concerns me. See that little birdie sitting down there? Twitter. That also concerns me because we know that Twitter also is data motivated, and they are not exactly free market or free speech supporters. So when you're being selected for your companies, I don't know how that's going to interfere, and that's where my concern comes in. I love the project. This is what my concern is, though. If that doesn't bother you, because I do like Delta, and Delta does stand for certain principles that we support, and there's others we can go through here, but for sake of time, I just want to show you this. Where is the U.S. Air Force involved at? Down here we see this. U.S. Air Force prioritizes blockchain security with new Constellation Network contract. Watch this. A blockchain-based initiative from the United States Air Force will employ Constellation's hypergraph network to provide data security, if that's not an oxymoron, with the Department of Defense's commercial partners. There is my concern. And with Amazon. So we're going to experiment and see where this goes. But it's just something you need to do your homework on. Read the white paper. Sit down for a while. Read it well. Here, you want to buy the miner? We're not exactly sure what it's going to cost yet. And, you know, there's not a lot out there yet. So fishing around looking for this so-called miner, which is not. It's just paying you for data. I don't really like that. Even, you know, not really mining helium or these others. Mining is GPUs, ASICs. That's their traditional way of mining, really. But they're going to call us a miner. And it's real easy. You buy this thing, you stick it above a door, and it just counts traffic, right? So apparently, I think it's going to hook up to Wi-Fi, from what I understand, obviously. Don't think you have to hook it to an Ethernet cable. You can go through here and see, read a little more about the recent post. And what's this going to cost us? Well, it looks like it's going to cost $5,500. What's it going to pay us? That I don't know. But how much could it pay us for just foot traffic? Unless that's not the only data they want. So therein lies my other concern. They say it can identify, but what kind of data can that bring that's going to pay feasibly enough to make it worth paying $5,500? Now, I'm not sure it's what the final cost is going to be. You're reading on the screen as I am. So there it is. It's new. I like the idea of the Constellation Network. I don't like who they're partnering with, and I don't like the idea of their first miner they're putting out. One is cost, and two, just the idea of what that does. Now, there are others. No, I only heard one other out there that's promoting this. And that person, that YouTuber, I'll admit that's somebody I used to listen to, but then I realized that that person doesn't really do their homework. And they're promoting this as something great and solid because it has Amazon and the U.S. Air Force backing them as partners. And that was the first thing that threw up a flag to me. So obviously that YouTuber is not involved in the blockchain crypto world to defend what it was started for. They're just selling their YouTube channel. And unfortunately, this guy in the United States, who's also in the military, doesn't quite see the dangers before he promotes things, and he creates this hype. So we need to do our homework, okay? Man, it was a great project. Sounds really good, but I'm concerned of who the partners are in this and the back door into this. And that concerns us. DeFi IoT Latin America. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the bell. Look, we talk about all kinds of ways to get involved and create passive income. If you like this, you can get involved. I think the price ticket's high, what we're seeing right now. I like the idea of the blockchain and for us to get involved. But I think others are going to come out. They're going to be more maintained in DeFi. We're going to experiment a little bit, and we'll let you know more down the road as we move along. See you soon.